With us, John Emery, another great young man from Destrehan, Louisiana. Hold on a second. Hey guys, hey, I'm having a press conference, okay? Thank you. Great young man. On a scrimmage, we wanted to get bigger. I'll stop. Hey, stop the ball, stop the drill. I'm having a press conference. Thank you. We had to fix the line of scrimmage. Went all the way to Michigan.
Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of Tigers Roar.
I'm having a press conference.
Trying to have a
be
show.
quiet. Just be quiet. Okay. Thank you.
Jordy Hultberg, Tommy Christ, we got
Classic.
some people here at Scoreboards on Corsi Boulevard, but they're not interrupting us, Jordy.
Wow.
What was that?
How about the fact that he knew exactly where he had left off and then came back and picked it up? I mean, it was perfect.
And that thing went viral, like millions of
crazy.
views. We thought we'd open up with that tonight. LSU football team about to get ready to travel on out to the Phoenix area.
Yeah.
Fiesta Bowl, Central Florida. We've been talking about it, but now the talk's getting ready to increase a little bit.
Yeah, it's getting closer. So by the time they take off on Thursday and fly out there to Phoenix, that'll kick it up a little bit. And they've got things planned all day, and lots of media availability, coaches and players alike. So it's getting close.
Yeah,
Still think there's a lot of pressure on the LSU Tigers. A lot of pressure on this one.
I agree with that. And Coach Orgeron's next meeting with the press is when he arrives out there. So as of Wednesday here with Tigers Roar, we don't have that for you. We'll have a lot of Saints for you tonight. And understandably so, the number one seed in the NFC. How about that, huh?
How about I don't want to play Pittsburgh again? How good is Antonio Brown? How do they lose all those games?
Ben Roethlisberger.
How do they lose games? I don't understand it. But no, thank goodness. So the Saints will stay indoors for as long as they continue to play this year. That's pretty good.
Yeah, no weather to be worried about. Perfect.
They'll play either January 12th or the 13th. Do they have, and I think this ought to be a rule, if you're the number one seed, you get to pick when you want to play. Because if that's the case, I want to play Saturday, January 12th at 7:15 p.m. I don't want to play in the morning or late afternoon. I want to play at night, and I've earned that right.
And I don't know that the teams pick that. I think the networks dictate that, huh? I mean, CBS, Fox are going to say, they're going to say, we want this time slot.
Fox is doing all the NFC games, so maybe, just maybe, they'll put, if they were smart, they'd put the Saints in prime time.
You put them, as the prime time. Yep. And they will play the lowest seed remaining after the divisional round.
Correct.
So,
could be the Cowboys, could be the Eagles, the Vikings, whoever gets in, could be any of them.
3 will play 6, 4 will play 5. The lowest number remaining will have to travel to the Superdome. Hey, that dome was nuts. I talked to some people who went to the game. By the way, a lot of people sold their tickets off, kind of like an LSU Alabama
Lots of Steeler people.
Making money.
Yep.
I know some people sold their tickets for $300 each.
Speaking of tickets, have you heard anything about the Fiesta Bowl?
The last report I heard is they were not moving well.
Yeah.
Now that was prior to Christmas and all of that. Speaking of that, did you have a good Christmas, sir?
Thank you. I had a great Christmas. I really did. Kids had a wonderful time. All's right with the world.
I needed you with me. My grandson's got the outdoor basketball goal. So I'm out there shooting for several hours. I needed to pass off to you and let you shoot.
Well, I never would have given you the ball back. But,
I'd have never saw it again, huh?
But I did the ping pong, man. Yeah, and my girls are pretty good. So.
Yeah, well, you should be good at that.
I am pretty good at that. Yeah. I'm pretty good at that.
So we hope everyone had a wonderful Merry Christmas, family and friends.
Where are we? Scoreboards.
Guess
what I just ate?
Boiled shrimp. He cleaned them up before we got the
They said leave them here so we can. Too late. Gone.
Boiled snow crab, boiled shrimp. Every night the rest of the week here. And here, 2 special events this weekend here at Scoreboards.
All right.
College football playoff semifinals. Starting at 3 o'clock up on the video wall. All the TVs in here. You've got the 2 semifinal games. You got Notre Dame and Clemson, followed by Alabama and Oklahoma. And then Sunday at 12 noon, Saints and the Panthers from the Superdome. Sean Payton early in the week said, we're playing this to win, not indicating he's going to sit anybody out.
We'll talk about that.
I think
this is going to be a preseason game. Drew Brees needs like 8 or 9 yards to get 4,000 yards again for like the 50th year in a row, it seems like. So they'll put him in there. Then you'll see some Bridgewater. They're going to play some other people. Carolina, what do they have to play for? Who cares? Zip.
Yeah.
They may not even show up.
They've got some people hurt.
Yeah.
But Ted Ginn could probably use some more reps. He got
absolutely.
knock a little more rust off. Armstead will probably sit out, try to get ready for that 12th or the 13th.
Sean Payton made a great point. He said, it's not like I'm coaching college and I got 90 players dressed out. I got 46. 46, that's it. So you can't sit everybody.
Right. No,
you just can't do it.
Somebody's got to get out there. So Saints 13-2, securing that number 1 seed in the NFC.
What a story.
As you said, they'll play all of their games indoors because the Super Bowl's over in Atlanta,
Yep.
obviously indoors. So that's a big plus. And the crowd, I can't imagine it's going to be wild and crazy for the playoff game.
Especially if they played that Saturday night, the 12th. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
it'll be nuts.
Well, you won't know that till the week before the game.
That's right.
So, back to LSU. You talked about it. There's a little pressure on LSU against Central Florida.
I think so.
Michael Huguenin, one of the top sports writers in the nation, is a regular guest with you on radio. He shared with everybody.
He lives in Orlando. He's followed the team. He says don't sleep on him. He says LSU's very fortunate that the starting quarterback is hurt. The backup is okay, but certainly not as accurate. He said if the way LSU's secondary is, without Greedy Williams, without Christian Fulton, that starting quarterback would have picked them apart. We'll see. You got to play the game, but we'll see.
Well, LSU's a 7.5 point favorite, depending on where you shop. Wise guys think they're going to win a game, and obviously that's a neutral site. Furthest west LSU's ever been for a bowl.
Yeah, that's
First time
unusual.
ever into the Fiesta Bowl. It's a little bit further west than the Sun Bowl, I guess. And they've never played Central Florida in the sport of football. But as you said, that pressure, that 25-game win streak, the bogus claim of the national championship last year, and if they do beat LSU next Tuesday, they'll make another claim of a national championship. I think collectively the rest of the nation is hoping LSU mops up on Central Florida, so we don't have to hear that bogus claim anymore.
Every Power 5 school in America is pulling for LSU, and every small school is pulling. So there's a division there. There's a complete division. And, Auburn wasn't prepared. They weren't mentally ready to play, and Central Florida took it to them. These bowl games, as we said before, it's all about what is your attitude. Look at Houston. Army beat them 70-14. You think Houston?
It was like 35-0 before Houston got.
Did Houston really want to be there? I think not.
Well, I had some folks here at scoreboards asking me earlier. I think LSU will win the game. I think they should win.
They should win it.
But if what you said, the mindset's not there. This is going to be Central Florida's college football playoff championship game. So they coming in with the guns blazing, throwing every punch, razzle dazzle. I mean, this is their everything.
Yeah.
So LSU, I think, is a much better football team, but they have to show up, play for 60 minutes,
right.
all the old cliches, and do it on the field is what they got to do.
Just LSU ought to be able to run the ball down their throat. Plain and simple. It should be a Nick Brossette kind of a day. Just run it. The key to the game, to me, is time of possession. If you're controlling the time of possession, because they're like
they want to go
frenetic.
Quick. They want to go quick.
Go. But you control the time of possession, and you don't turn the ball over. You're bigger, stronger, deeper. You win the game.
A couple other things. LSU basketball had a win last weekend. Knocked off previously undefeated and ranked Furman, who's from over in Greenville, South Carolina. They got Louisiana Monroe coming to the PMAC Friday night of this week. Tigers are 9-3. Louisiana Monroe, and then it turns to SEC play.
Alabama. Keith Richard, the former Redemptorist Wolf, now the head coach there. Been a long-time coach. Does a really nice job. Look, LSU basketball's had some opportunities. They let a game on a neutral court to ranked Florida State slip out of their hands. The one game that really would have helped their resume at Houston, ranked team, they had a big lead, let that get away. The win over Furman, nice, doesn't count as much because it's on your home court. Their best win away was the neutral site game against St. Mary's. But all that doesn't matter now. You win in your conference, you'll be in the tournament, and you'll be a nice seed in the tournament.
A couple other things we'll get into tonight. We will have Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com joining us in a little while via the phone. A huge Christmas Day verbal commitment for the LSU Tigers.
Emphasis on verbal.
A 5-star cornerback from Santa Ana, California.
Yeah.
Elias Ricks
Long
is
time.
committed, and I saw a little video on him. Actually, we got some video we'll show you later. Jonathan Poche made a good comment to me earlier. He said, you know that everybody says DBU?
Yes.
They branded that?
Yes.
Maybe this helps a kid from California say, DBU, they got all these guys in the NFL, making millions. I want to go there.
Absolutely.
So, it's the DBU thing is what it is, but that's a huge verbal commitment. Now, that's class of 2020.
That's a long way away.
It's a long way away, and a lot of things can change.
A lot of miles between there and here.
But it also goes back to what you know as well as people know. When you got guys like that coming here, it tends to attract other 5 stars, other big-time players.
Here's my other thing. All right, the kid commits. Why can't the NCAA say, you commit, you sign? Get it over with. It's done. Why can't they?
Yeah.
Why the prolonged wait? Why?
All the money that'll get spent.
Coaches don't have to travel out there, and it's done. Why not?
So that was a huge thing. And
he says he wants to recruit other players.
That's what I'm saying.
Including a quarterback from California.
Well, they got lots of kids in California.
Yeah,
we know that, right?
Yeah, they do.
I ain't been to California in a long time. Probably a good thing.
It's pretty nice.
It's
pretty nice. Like LeBron James says, I had a hard time getting guys to come to Cleveland to play with me. Not going to be so hard to come to L.A.
Hey, another guy we want to talk about who's from just north of Baton Rouge up there in West Feliciana, Jalen Ferguson.
Oh, yeah.
Defensive end for the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. Played against LSU. We played their games on our radio station. He is now the record holder for career sacks in college football at the FBS record. He got some in their bowl game. They beat Hawaii a couple days before Christmas. He got some sacks. He had one taken away due to a penalty, but he still got up to 45, which broke the record of Terrell Suggs, who played in the NFL for a long time at Arizona State. So tip of the hat to Louisiana's own Louisiana Tech Bulldog, Jalen Ferguson. Now the FBS record holder, career sacks. You'll see him playing on Sundays.
I'd have to look it up. I don't remember seeing him get a sack against LSU. I may be wrong, but they played this year, but I don't recall hearing his name or seeing him get a sack, which would be quite a coup for LSU's offensive line if they could do that.
We'll have to look that one up for sure. And I don't know the answer to that either. Then, of course, as I mentioned, there's a huge watch party on Saturday starting at 3 p.m. here at Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard. The boiled shrimp, the boiled snow crabs. If you can get the shrimp before Jordy gets them, you do it
too
well.
Too late if you don't.
But semifinals, it'll start with the Cotton Bowl. Clemson minus some players due to drug test problems. Clemson will play Notre Dame at 3 o'clock Louisiana time. Approximately 7 p.m. that night in the Orange Bowl, it's Alabama and Oklahoma. Obviously, the 2 winners will meet on the following Monday night, that'd be Monday, January 7th. So college football playoff, it's on the event page of the Scoreboard's Facebook page. Semifinal action of the college football playoff. Lots of folks looking forward to this.
Tua says he's 85%.
Well,
we'll see.
Game Saturday night.
It's pretty close. It's coming quickly.
He got a lot of go Saturday night. Alabama
see what Nick does.
Didn't take 3 players down to Miami who broke quote-unquote team policy. So one was a starter, and of the 3 kids who failed a drug test at Clemson, one is the first-round draft choice defensive tackle.
Said it was a shampoo. Came from a shampoo.
Well, then why didn't everybody fail?
I don't know. I'm just telling you what I'm...
And then now they got the sample B. You take 2 tests.
He's going to play.
And in order for you to not play, you have to fail both tests.
He'll be in there.
They said by Thursday or so they'll know. You think he'll play?
He'll play.
Huh?
He'll play. Alabama guys won't. They're not on the trip.
No, they didn't make the trip.
They didn't make the trip. Clemson guy, he'll play.
So a lot happening. We'll have a lot of Saints stuff for you tonight. Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com. Connect with Scoreboards on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Keep up with the daily lunch specials. Thursday, it'll be hamburger steak. Friday, crawfish etouffee on the express lunch special. Get in here, get it, get out of here. Each night, the boiled snow crabs, the boiled shrimp, which you can speak of.
Very good. I heard a lot of bread pudding left.
And you
this
got to
place.
get the bread pudding.
I heard a lot of that.
A lot to get the
lot
bread
of it
pudding.
left.
Get a whole pan of it. Take it to your New Year's Eve party. It'll be a hit
Top
along
shelf.
with all the fireworks. Right?
Top shelf, yes.
We're going to take a break. We'll come back with a little LSU basketball for you right after this pause on Tigers Roar from Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard. Stay with us.
Going golfing. Ooh, off to golf.
You're picking that up.
Off to the range, honey.
Bye.
Oh, that was close. Glad you got the backup camera installed.
Yep.
You don't need a new car to have new technology. Mike's Audio, conveniently located on Airline Highway near the corner of Bluebonnet.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Hi, I'm Jordy Helper for Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market at 12451 Old Jefferson Highway. Chairman's Reserve steaks, their pork, their chicken, their seafood, top of the line. Primo barbecue pits, Icy Tech coolers. They can go anywhere and cater anything for you. Go to 751-7665 to call Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market, where good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market.
Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge, a CLK multifamily management property. Come see this community, which has many amenities including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments. Stop by Cypress Lake Apartments, call 225-293-6789, or go online, live at cypresslakeapts.com.
We continue with Tigers Roar here on the day after Christmas. Again, hope everyone had a Merry Christmas. We'll be here next Wednesday, January 2, 5:30. Join the folks. Come on out for the live taping.
Recapping
of
a win
Roar.
of the LSU
Recapping
Tigers,
that Fiesta
Saints.
Bowl.
Recapping wins.
College football playoffs, the Saints, of course,
LSU basketball.
Yeah,
Recapping
LSU
all kind of wins.
LSU will play at noon on Tuesday, noon Louisiana time, out in the Fiesta Bowl.
Mimosas,
LSU,
mimosas for everybody.
Bloody Marys.
There you
They
go.
make great Bloody Marys
There
here
you
at
go.
Tigers Roar. Jordy, basketball. Let's talk the hardwood stuff. not a lot of games here. The exams,
Yeah, a lot of
and they
breaks.
spaced out a little bit. What does that do to a team? I know they're
You hate it.
practicing
You
or
hate
they're
it.
lifting or doing whatever.
You hate it. You want to
You'd
play
rather
games.
play games,
Yeah,
right? I mean, practice is no
practice
fun.
gets old.
Now-
You want to play games.
Here's okay, I didn't know we were going to this, but okay.
LSU Furman.
What did he do?
Got double team. Now over to Tremont Waters. Deep three. Nothing but the bottom of the net from the left wing. Travell Bigby Williams. Here's Skylar Mays. Little ball fake. Now goes into the lane and off balance. Puts it up from 6 feet out and it rolls right through. They lead by 3. 8:55 to play. Skylar Mays 3 left of the arc. No good. Marlon Taylor left side. Emmett puts it on the floor. SEC logo battles it up off the glass. Rattled home. Good. Whistle and a foul.
Let it go.
To Tremont Waters.
All right, we got the basketball team. We got, hey, we're all good. But you talk about they want to play games. Yeah, practice is practice, but they want to play games.
Yes. The good news about that game was Tremont Waters looked like Tremont Waters of old. And when he is playing effectively on the offensive end, and that's probing, taking good shots when they're available, knocking down threes, driving, drawing, and dishing off, that's a good club. That's a tough team to beat, particularly at home. I don't know what happened. I think he had some buyer's remorse. He had some really good players around him, and they were scoring. Whereas a year ago, he was option 1 and 2 and 3, and it's hard when you're used to that to give that role up. So I think it's taken him some time, but he needs to be effective. I mean, he's got to get you 15 points a game, 7, 6, 7, 8 assists a game. And LSU wins a lot of ball games.
How much of that is you just got to get used to the new guys? You guys had to go through that every year. There's a couple new guys. It doesn't just happen with the snap of a finger.
You've got to learn your role. You've got to accept that role, and you've got to understand what your strengths are and what the weaknesses are. And everybody's got to get on the same page. It does take some time. So, but when he's good, they're pretty good.
Now, when we look at all the score results from the other Southeastern Conference teams, as it has been for several years now, the SEC basketball has gotten better. Because they got better coaches. A bunch of new coaches popped in years ago. Now they're getting better players with these better coaches. And what was it, 5, 6 years ago, only 3 teams went to the tournament or something? That has changed. So Will Wade's got to get these guys ready. They opened the league play against Bama, of all people, in Baton Rouge, I want to say on the 8th. Which would be a
long break,
Tuesday night. It'll be the night after the national championship football game. But he's, they got 12 games in the books now. They're 9-3. They got to be ready. League play is going to come.
It's going to come. It's going to be fast and furious. It's not going to be any more breaks. And look, Tennessee's outstanding. They could be the #1 team in the country. Only lost early in the season to Kansas. Auburn's a good ball club. And if you thought that the demise of the Kentucky Wildcats was happening, just go ask North Carolina, because Kentucky played great, beat Carolina, neutral court, so they're going to be very good. So it's going to be Mississippi State's a very good ball club. So there's a lot of good teams in here. And Avery Johnson in Alabama, they always have athletes. They're going to be tough to play. So, yeah, we're about to find out. About to find out quickly.
And hey, don't forget on the radio end, we're partnered up with the LeBaris Casino and Hotel Baton Rouge for the home SEC games. We're going to have some ticket giveaways on Pelican Sports Radio, along with some coupons to the Bon Temps Buffet at the LeBaris Casino and Hotel Baton Rouge. So check out Pelican Sports Radio as we get closer to the home SEC games. We've been doing this for years, and we appreciate the partnership with the LeBaris Casino and Hotel Baton Rouge, and of course the ownership of Pelican Broadcasting with the tickets. So be tuned in for that coming up soon on Pelican Sports Radio. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com, Elias Ricks, that's the buzz name, the cornerback, 5-star from California, who on Christmas Day said he wanted to be an LSU Tiger. We'll connect with Mike on the phone, and we'll get the very latest on recruiting. We're at Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard. Express lunch special Thursday, hamburger steak. Friday, crawfish etouffee. Get the boiled snow crabs, the boiled shrimp at dinner. Get the bread pudding. That's a must when you come here.
Hey, look, you can't go wrong on anything on the menu. The wings are outstanding.
Burgers, I like the mini burgers.
I love it. I love it.
The soup.
The nachos. Oh, my gosh.
The chefs whip up a fantastic soup. The weather's a little cold. You want that soup.
Good idea, yeah.
Let's take a break, come back, talk some LSU football recruiting with Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com. You're watching Tigers Roar, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans. Stay with us.
Creel Tree Service is a licensed and insured tree service providing tree and stump removal, topping, trimming, cabling, pruning, and fertilizing. We have free stump removal with takedowns, free estimates, affordable rates, and senior citizens discounts. Call 774-TREE. That's 774-8733. Get your yard ready for the warmer weather. If it deals with a tree, call me, Creel Tree Service, 774-8733. That's 774-TREE.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows, it's honored to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Hi folks, Clarence Buggs here. Coach Roger Cador would take the time to tell you how to catch our brand new show, The Roger Cador Show, but as you can see, he's kind of busy right now out at Scoreboards, Baton Rouge's newest sports grill with food that is absolutely amazing. Catch the show 8 o'clock Tuesday nights, 6:30 p.m. on Wednesdays, and on Pelican Television's YouTube channel as well. You want to come out and have a great time. It's awesome, isn't it, Coach? Mm-hmm. Told you.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website, visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-654-9927, 800-654-9927.
We continue with Tigers Roar from Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard. Scoreboard is now available on the Waiter app. Get the free app on your phone. Waiter, W-A-I-T-R, green logo. We got it posted on social media, and have your food delivered to you from Scoreboard. And don't forget the bread pudding. Right now, as we do weekly, it's time to visit with Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com. Mike, good evening. Merry Christmas to you. How are you?
Merry Christmas. Glad to be with you.
Big news on Christmas Day. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I mean, look, a week ago you signed the #1 overall player in the country, #1 cornerback in the country, and Derek Stingley. A week later, you grabbed the '1 cornerback for the class of 2020, a commitment, in Elias Ricks from California. And, you know, you're talking about another 6'2", 185-pound, you know, long-armed, tall corner that Corey Raymond loves. And I know Coach Raymond, this kid was offered very early in the year, made multiple trips to LSU, was on the campus for the Ole Miss game weekend, just really has been strong in his like for LSU for quite some time. So they win the battle over USC, Oklahoma, Ohio State, and many others. It's just a huge pickup. And I know there was a lot of work done on the inside as well, as far as you know, the coaches inside the building staying in touch with him. And you know, it's just got to be such a good thing for Corey Raymond, because the whole DBU thing, I mean, it's halfway sold before he starts getting to work.
Let me ask you this, Mike. Very rarely does LSU, and I think it speaks well of them, for being able to go anywhere in the country to get a player, particularly of that magnitude. But how'd they find out about this kid? Who initiated this? Take us through the process.
Well, I mean, look, it's you start, you know, you start trying to get kids to come to camp. And nowadays, it's impossible. If you've got a kid, even in California, that's got relatives in Louisiana, the whole DBU thing, you start extending offers in March. I want to say he got his LSU offer in February, March, and you will always extend offers to kids out of state real early. They're like trial balloons. And then when you get a ping back, and you see there's some real interest, and the communication starts happening with family members, and you know, and that's how it happens.
So you're saying he has relatives in Louisiana?
I'm told that there's supposed to be some in South Louisiana.
Okay.
And Mike, of course, with the internet now, I mean, if Coach Orgeron hears about a kid in California, but you know, within 10 minutes he's looking at video of the guy, if not before that. Years ago, that wouldn't have happened that fast. And then you made a reference to this, and I was talking with Jonathan Poche earlier today. How much does this DBU thing, how much did that play in here? Like you said, it's about halfway sold, but a kid in California is thinking DBU, look at all the LSU guys in the NFL making millions of dollars. I got to go to DBU. Is that a factor?
Yeah, I mean, it's just been nonstop. I mean, Corey Webster, you know, I mean, every year there's been top defensive backs at LSU. Tre'Davious White, Greedy Williams, Patrick Peterson, Tyrann Mathieu. I mean, those are still just huge names for these kids growing up. They've seen nothing but DBs go through the deal. You've seen all your national columnists, particularly, you know, in the spring, right before the draft. And there will be the debate, which school's DBU? Last year, it was between LSU and Florida, and LSU was the school that got the nod in one of the big national pieces I saw. So,
it works.
Look, it's like I said, for Corey Raymond, it's you know, when you're recruiting your own position, and you've had that kind of track record, and you can show each of those kids, you know, it never fails, too. A lot of times when these top cornerbacks come to visit LSU, whether unofficially or whatever, it also happens to coincide with one of those former Tigers being on the sideline for a home game. You know, the guys that they look up to, and they get all starry-eyed.
let's point out that's a 2020 commitment too. I don't know if I said that
2020.
before. So there's a lot of ground to cover there. But let's back it up to 2019, Wednesday, February 6th. Some more slots to be filled. What's happening over in A-Meet, Mike?
I all along I've felt strong about Devonta Lee and had him in the probable category. And of course, Sopsher's been an LSU-Alabama battle. I think most people have been thinking 50-50. I reached out to Alabama sources for the last month to see what they think, and if any of them are thinking it's Alabama, it's usually not because they've gotten any information. It's probably more of just a little bit of an arrogance factor, because usually what Alabama and Nick Saban want, they end up getting.
Yeah.
But I think in this case, I don't know. Where it sits right now, I don't know. I'm tending to go 55-45 LSU, but maybe next week I'm thinking something different.
Let me ask you this, Mike. All right, 2019 is the class of 2020 in the state of Louisiana. What is its strength? Is it measuring up to what you had this past recruiting season?
Well, I don't think it's going to be as strong, but I sure do like the defensive lineman. I mean, you got Cameron Jackson last week, although I think he because he's 6'5", 6'6", he's probably an offensive lineman at the next level. I don't want to say he's going to be like Dari Rosenthal, but I know when I talked to his coach at Haynesville about 3 or 4 weeks ago and was asking about him, he kind of agreed with me. Based on the film we filmed earlier this year, he's could be an offensive lineman. But Jaquelin Roy at U-High, one of your top 100 players nationally, top defensive lineman. Jacobian Guillory at Ash. To me, it's the defensive lineman.
Okay.
Offensive lineman, you got the Van Pran kid in New Orleans, but there's not a whole lot of other offensive linemen unless Jackson ends up being an offensive lineman, like I said. So. You got the DBs there. You got the running back Clayton. Obviously, you got multiple wide receivers. Butte, who's already committed, but he could end up at corner from New Iberia Westgate. You got the kid down at Terrebonne, Ja'Kai Douglas. But those are 2 slot wide receivers right there.
Well, it's a good thing to have defensive linemen. This year, other than Sopsher, really wasn't that good of a crop, but next year should be. If
you got Evans and Ika last week, you end with Sopsher, and what happens if you actually get a dream scenario where Byron Young from Mississippi, who's currently committed to Alabama but didn't sign last week, he ends up flipping LSU. I was going through some photos from camp this summer. And, looking at all the, Byron Young pics that I had taken and some of the drills and some video that I had shot, and, boy, all of a sudden LSU's defensive line group for 19 could all of a sudden be something that you're actually really raving about in a month.
Yeah, time will tell.
All right, it never stops, Mike. It keeps rolling, and I know when we get closer to that first Wednesday in February 6th, it'll be cranking up. Might there be any word from A-Meet prior to that day, or are they going to ride this thing out till February 6th?
It's supposed to be February 6th, but, could something happen sooner? I don't know, but I'm suspecting that there's going to be, usually this stuff gets planned out, and ESPN wants something done via Skype that day, but we'll see.
Okay. All right, Mike, tell us all about TigerBait.com, a little year-end treat for somebody, and of course, basketball around the corner from conference play, baseball some 6-7 weeks away. Tell everybody about TigerBait.com and why they should subscribe now.
That's it. Loads of great recruiting info, your football and team coverage, basketball coverage, baseball. We've got all for you. Message boards, a lot of activity and conversation. And if you want to try it out, $1 gets you an entire month. So for $1, we'd love to have you try Tiger Bait. If you're an LSU fan, we really think you'll enjoy the website.
Well done. Thank you, Mike. Happy New Year, buddy.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Happy New Year. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
All right, that's Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com. That recruiting, man, 365 days a year, huh? 2020.
They're doing
even
2021 now. Yeah.
They probably got somewhere in some of these coaches' office a little 2022 board,
There's
too.
a third grader that shows promise, and they're offering right now.
Oh, but that's what you got to do, huh?
Yeah.
That's the.
You think LeBron James's son is getting scholarship offers already?
I
Of
would
course.
think, yeah.
Of course.
I would think absolutely.
But he may
huh?
skip and go straight to the pros and play with daddy. Anyway, another story for another day.
Okay.
But no, it never ends.
Wait, I'm trying. I know it's happened in baseball, but has there ever been a father and son in the NBA at the same time?
I'm sure there has. I'm just trying to think of who it was. I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
That's one to be looked. In baseball, you had Ken Griffey Sr., Ken
Right.
Griffey Jr. Actually, each hit a home run in the same game.
Right.
But in football, I don't think there's been a father-son in the league at the same. There have been brothers, cousins, all that.
You could
but-
play baseball a lot at an older age.
Yeah, well, I can't Griffey
And
Sr. Yeah.
Football and basketball.
But the NBA, I mean, they come out so young
So
now.
young, yeah, but they used to
Moses
not.
Malone didn't have a kid that played. No, okay. Because he started pro very young.
Very young.
18 years
Might have
old,
been the
whatever.
first one to go early.
Yeah. So anyway, but that would be interesting if LeBron James done it. While we're talking basketball, the Pelicans, they just can't get it going in the right direction. Huh?
It's almost a foregone conclusion in everybody's mind that Anthony Davis is gone because he's come out and said it's not about the money, it's about my legacy. That's kind of a telltale sign.
Well, and then LeBron says his stuff about it, and then they say it's not tampering. Now, somebody else in the league said that they think Anthony Davis will play for the Lakers.
Everybody's saying that.
I know, but I mean, I guess you could do that. I mean,
and you can't stop players from talking to one another, but GMs can't talk.
Right, the GM front office guys can't come out and say, "Oh, by the way."
Well, I mean, after the game in L.A.
Same thing with LeBron. Got everybody down to Miami. They talk. They were
after the
burning
game,
up the phones.
after the game in L.A., he and Anthony Davis went to dinner. How are you going to stop that?
Well, you can't, right?
No, you can't. So,
all right, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. A little New Orleans Saints for you. How about them Saints? The number one seed in the NFC. You should know that by now. They're 13-2. They've never won 14 games in a regular season in franchise history.
Can you do the Bobby Hebert?
You see the number one seed in the NFC. I like them all white uniforms.
Yeah, I do too. Clean.
Really do. And then how about Mark Ingram breaking Deuce McAllister's record for career touchdowns as a New Orleans Saint running back? So
only
tip of the hat
Alabama
to
player I ever
Ingram.
cheer for.
Well, Ingram has done a good
He's
job.
the only
Keep in mind, he missed 4 games for the drug suspension earlier in the year, so he might be a little fresher right now. But Mark Ingram breaks the record. Deuce McAllister now in the radio booth for the New Orleans Saints, and Ingram passes his record, and that's pretty sporty.
So if you could only have one, would you take Ingram or Kamara?
Kamara.
In a New York second.
I would go with Kamara.
In a New York
Although,
second.
as somebody told me, they said when he starts running them kickoffs back, you just cross your fingers, don't get hurt, don't get hit. But I said, players don't think that. They don't think they're going to get hurt.
This is what shows you. He couldn't get on the field at Alabama. Couldn't get on the field.
Or Tennessee.
No, but Tennessee, the coach, Jones, wouldn't play him because he can't recognize talent. Alabama just had too many Heisman Trophy
they
winning
kept
running
him
backs.
off the bowl trip.
Too
when he
many,
was a
too many
freshman.
All-Americans.
He went to Tennessee.
He said, "I'm going."
Well, they were able to do that. Tennessee not using him, that's a head scratcher.
How does he play with the nose ring?
I don't know.
How does he do that?
I don't know either.
That's okay, baby. You just keep running. You keep running and
producing.
catching. You're the man.
But hey, the story's been the Saints' defense. They're number one in points allowed this year. Run defense.
The last 7 or 8 games, the only stat that matters to me defensively is how many points do you give up? Nobody's been better.
I heard a national sports guy say, Drew Brees without a defense, the Saints are 7-9. Drew Brees with a defense, they're 13-2.
Yeah.
There's a lot behind that statement.
No question. No question.
We'll take a break, come back, and let you hear from Sean Payton and Drew Brees after they clinched that number one seed in the NFC with the victory over the Steelers last weekend in the Superdome. We'll come back with more of Tigers Roar here at Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard in Baton Rouge. Connect on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the Express Lunch, the boiled snow crabs, the boiled shrimp, the bread pudding, everything else on the
Barbecues
menu.
on a Sunday.
The all-day tailgate and barbecue. Every day is a tailgate at Scoreboards. You got to check it out if you haven't done so already. We're back with some New Orleans Saints stuff for you after this pause. Stay with us.
Taste the feeling.
Oh, great party.
Oh, thanks for coming, guys.
Better get that car warmed up.
I'm on it.
I don't miss those days.
Yeah, we just had a remote start installed.
Oh, us too.
Nice.
It's gonna be nice and toasty.
Why don't we have one of those?
We're fine.
Okay, I can't feel my fingers.
I bet everyone else can.
You don't need a new car to have new technology. Mike's Audio, conveniently located on Airline Highway near the corner of Bluebonnet.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing. You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day. Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
For Total Home Pest Control, who are you going to call?
Call the Bug Man, 923-BUGS.
For total pest control for your home or business, call the original Salvant.
Call the Bug Man today, 923-BUGS.
We continue with Tigers Roar. LSU will travel Thursday of this week out to the Phoenix area, and they will pretty much be nonstop getting ready for Tuesday's 12 noon Louisiana time kickoff. One team that's not traveling, the New Orleans Saints.
Nope.
Going to be
and
at
home in the dome, baby. Home in the dome.
Say they're going to treat the game against Carolina Sunday at noon like a regular game, try to win it.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
We'll see what happens once it starts. Because they're locked into the 1 seed no matter what happens. Dallas is locked into the 4 seed no matter what happens. The rest of it can move a little bit.
I think for a Drew Brees and a Sean Payton, I think that game matters because if they win it, it'll be the best regular season record, 14-2 in franchise history. But I don't know if they want to take that risk.
But in Carolina, they want to, a little something extra beating a division opponent, or no?
No. Carolina, who?
They're nothing. Okay.
Can you tell me who their quarterback is?
No.
I can't either.
All right. But we've got some comments after the win over Pittsburgh. Here's
game.
New Orleans Saint head coach Sean Payton.
Obviously, an exciting win. It's a good team, real good team. Game went back and forth. We expected it to be something that was hard fought, that went into the fourth quarter. The momentum kind of shifted, obviously. I felt like we had it early. They had it most of the second half, and then we were able to get it back and secure the win. Any questions? A little bit, but all right. Not bad. We'll see. We'll keep you posted.
Could you describe just the emotions of earning that #1 seed?
Just winning. You know, I think, look, these wins are what you get addicted to. Really, though, it's that feeling of, you know, the week is a grind. There's a lot of work that goes into it. Obviously, it's more difficult when you put in those hours in the practice and you don't have that immediate feedback with a win, you know, and that's what makes it more difficult. But when you're able to get a win, it's hard to get that feeling out of your system once you start doing it. And that's the one thing these guys have done a good job with. Coming up with plays when we needed it. We won a lot of different ways this year. And, you know, I'm proud of this team. Man, they've showed a great resolve, dealt with injuries. We dealt with all the, you know, adversity you might have in a long season. And, you know, that was kind of the second step, if you will, winning your division as a goal that you set at the beginning of the year, and then certainly helping your seed out. Man, that was a, you know, big time play. It's good. It's a real good offense. You know, we knew statistically it was going to be a game that you had to handle situations in an aggressive way because it was a team that conversely was going to be able to score. And, you know, we made enough of those plays. I think, listen, it's not just accident. That's just not coincidence, you know. And when you don't get them, it's not an accident either. So I think it's a credit to the coaches and the players for hustling, because it takes, but I think it's part of our jobs. It was a big play. It was close. Gutsy on their part. You know, when the one guy goes in motion, you start looking. And I had an angle where, but it's the second time this year, you know, in big games against the Rams also. The fake punt? Not necessarily, no. I mean, look, you go into a game like that and you cover the shifts, the motions, and you still have to defend it. And it was a good play.
How impressed are you with this team, the way they've had kind of diverse wins, where they've been blowout?
Well, I just said it. You know, we've won in different ways. So that's our league. You know, it's tough each week. You know, these guys are, you know, a real good opponent, and you know, a team that really has been in some close games, talking about Pittsburgh. So it was a good win. Man, it was huge. It's a big play for us, 3rd and long. It was great to have him back. You know, it's a testament to him, you know, going through the scope and, you know, kind of right there at the end, feeling like, man, you know, is this going to be it? And the results were good. They felt positive he'd be able to come back, and he helped us today.
You know, Sean Payton got his share of criticism in 3 straight 7-9 years, and, you know, did he lose it? Whatever. He is a Super Bowl champ coach, as we know.
He's pretty good.
And now that he's got a defense, kaboom, huh?
And he got drenched at the end of that game.
Yeah.
A little water bucket, ice bucket challenge.
In fact, the locker room celebrations went viral, this chopper thing they're doing.
Right.
We'll have that for you a little bit later.
I want to see that.
My grandsons are doing that stuff on Christmas Day. They're doing the chopper right through the living room. So it has caught some attention. Now, Drew Brees, the Hall of Fame quarterback. What's your take on this MVP story? They're all saying Mahomes is going to get it now.
Vote with your heart, baby. Come on, Drew Brees at the end of his career has never won this thing. Give it to him. Sentimental.
They're saying it can't be a career award.
I don't care.
You say
I say
we're a little bit biased, but if I had a vote, I would vote Drew Brees.
I'm very biased. Mahomes, you'll have plenty of years to get yours. Phillip Rivers, no.
Speaking of Drew Brees, we got his comments after that win over Pittsburgh and the clinching of the #1 seed in the NFC. Here's Saints quarterback Drew Brees.
Ted getting back, you know, we've missed him. He's a great veteran presence. You know, I think he gives us great diversity with our receiving core. Obviously, everybody knows he can run, but you know he can do a lot of other things well, and obviously came up with a huge catch there on that 3rd and 20 or whatever it was. to keep that drive alive and allow us to go score and win the game. So, yeah, it was great to have him back.
Just securing the number one seed. I mean, only one time since you've been here that happened. You won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, the numbers say that the teams that are number one. Obviously.
Yeah. Listen, it's hard to secure the 1 seed, but knowing that we've done it, knowing that you know, the road comes through New Orleans, you know, that gives us a lot of confidence. Obviously, we love playing in the Dome. We love playing in front of the Who Dat Nation. Obviously, they make this a very tough place for somebody to come in and play, and so, yeah, we're obviously we have goals throughout the season, and this is one of them. No, I'm not. You know, you try to do the unexpected, right? So. That's part of this game, and you know, you expect the unexpected. Great job by our special teams, you know, tackling them about a half-yard short and giving us the opportunity to drive down and win the game. Yeah. There are, and I think that's what makes you battle tested. You know, that's what molds you and strengthens you, and I think it gives you a ton of confidence and hope. You know, no matter what scenario you find yourself in throughout the course of a game, you feel like you're going to find a way to win, and it's going to take everybody. You know, everyone contributing, and certainly the fourth quarter was that way today. I mean, listen, our last 3 victories have been having to come from a fourth quarter deficit to win the game. So that's what I love about this team.
You guys are so locked in on just the next game. Now that the number 1 seed and the home field is set in stone, does it almost give you a chance to, I don't want to say breathe, but next level, take a step to the playoffs are here now?
Yeah. It's you know, it's a little bit of a, you know, 30,000-foot view. You know, it's like, all right, you know, let's map out the next couple weeks here, right? As we prepare ourselves for that first playoff game. Obviously, we don't know who we're playing yet, but you know, as you begin to think about that, you know, you lay out a plan for your routine, and you know, I think for us, just staying on course, right, with our practice habits and our preparation, and having a chance to get some guys healthy, which I think is the biggest part of that first round bye. And that's something that'll be much needed. And then when it's time to get back to work,
How important is it not just physically, mentally after, I mean, y'all been going since July?
Yeah.
You know that you have that's 2 weeks off now.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's there's a benefit to being, you know, having a first round bye and being the 1 seed, and so we're gonna take full advantage of that. Make sure we do all the right things to come back, give ourselves the best chance to win.
I know if you covered, I apologize, but the 3rd and 20 pass, was it like you sent guys, he was going to kind of go underneath? Was he the primary the whole way?
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, it was designed to go to Ted, with obviously other guys in the picture as part of the progression. But yeah, he did a great job. I mean, listen, Ted's a big-time player and obviously a guy we can count on. And yeah, it was a huge play in the game. Obviously a huge momentum shift too after, you know, we get the holding penalty and we're sitting there at 1st and 20, 2nd, 20, 3rd and 20. You know, to be able to convert that was huge.
Cool to see Mark get that record.
Yeah, it was awesome. Well deserved. He's such a stud. You know, has been such a staple for us, and such an emotional leader as well for our team, and so it's something we're all very, very happy about for him.
Just piggybacking off of the 3rd and 20, what does that play says for the perseverance of the offense?
Yeah, well, you know, we had to just to overcome something like that. You know, obviously we encountered a 4th down prior to that. You know, that we were able to convert with the PI. But just feeling like, you know, that was actually a tough situation because, you know, 4 minutes and 15 seconds is when we walked out there. Pittsburgh has 3 timeouts, and you know, it's one of those where how can we need a touchdown? How can we score a touchdown and give them as little time as possible, you know, to try to put a drive together. And obviously our defense came up with a huge play. I think minute 25 is what they had left with no timeouts. So but yeah, you're playing that game because you know how explosive they are on the other side of the ball, and obviously we didn't intend to have the holding penalty and, you know, have to overcome a 3rd and 20, but it's part of the game.
You have a chance to be number 1 seed. This is the 2nd time since you've been here that this has happened. You appreciate it even more knowing how difficult it is to get to this final season.
Yes, we appreciate it very much. Obviously, the first round bye, the week, I don't want to say week off because we're working, but you're not preparing for a game. You're just taking a step back and you're assessing where you're at and you're getting guys healthy and you're preparing and preparing a plan for how you're going to approach that first playoff game. And obviously, you don't find out who you play until those first week's games take place. But man, this is why you fight for that, because it's nice to have that week off, and it's also nice to have the 1 seed knowing that if we keep winning, everything has to come through here and come through us. We'd like to be in that position.
Can you speak on the offensive line, just I guess rotations and how critical
Yeah.
that was?
Man, those guys did such a good job. That's a heck of a front. That's one of the better fronts in all of football, and they played tremendous today, especially with the number of guys that had to rotate in and out. And I think Andrews Pete played 3 positions today, which is pretty incredible, that versatility. But man, those guys deserve so much credit. They really battled.
Do you feel like when Antonio starts getting going there in the first half and the second half, do you feel like Mike Thomas starts itching on the sideline with the competitors that he is?
Oh yeah, I'm sure, absolutely. But that's why those guys are 2 of the best in the game.
Do you feel like last 4 weeks he just hadn't had a score? Do you feel like he stayed steady during that time?
Yeah, he has. Same guy during the week, approaching it with the same type of sense of urgency and work ethic. And obviously game day rolls around, and he kind of goes to another place mentally where it's just he's in his zone. And listen, he's always open, which all great receivers are. They're always open. But man, he's a guy I know I can count on critical situations.
Back to the schedule that you guys handled this whole situation very well, having the time off in 2009. You came out of the first playoff game for you guys and played very well against Arizona and kept it going. Do you kind of look back and say, hey, we want to kind of do the same thing that we did 9 years ago because it worked so well? Any thoughts on that?
I'm sure Sean is going to look at that schedule and obviously make the best decision for what he feels like we need. Every team's different, but it's one of those where you take advantage of the time to rest up, to get healthy, to get your body right, and all those things. But at the same time, you want to stay on point, right? You want to keep the rhythm and just keep the good habits and the process in place as well. So we'll have a good plan when the time comes. I guess. Thanks.
Be right there.
I agree with you. Vote for Drew Brees for the MVP, huh?
Yeah.
Mahomes is doing wonderful things.
He's a great player. Great player, but
I'd vote for Drew Brees.
Brees has earned it. He has earned it.
Yeah, I don't know if this is supposed to factor into the MVP, but pretty good guy off the field as well. Big sponsor of the Red Stick Bowl, the high school all-star football game here in Baton Rouge, and he's been a part of that for many years, and he does dozens and dozens of things
that nobody
like
knows
that.
about. Yeah.
I think when we did the Red Stick Bowl, they talked about he's contributed over $25 million to charitable causes and organizations, So, we got all that kind of stuff. So, but I know that's not, the MVP is supposed to be for the most valuable football player on the field. So
maybe you give it like in so many other things. You give it to the best player on the best team.
Well, what we're going to do, we're going to take a break. We can come back. We got some highlights of the Saints win over the Steelers, and on the back end of that is the locker room celebration stuff, which has went viral and has captured all Saints fans all over the place. Chopper. It's coming up on the tail end of some highlights after this pause on Tigers Roar from Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard. Stay with us.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-383-8177, 800-383-8177.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website, visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
All right, we continue with some more of Tigers Roar here at Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard between Sherwood Forest and Airline. Express lunch menu Thursday, hamburger steak, Friday, crawfish etouffee, the boiled snow crabs, the boiled shrimp at night, bread pudding, lunch or dinner. They're going to have a watch party for the college football semifinals beginning at 3 o'clock Saturday. Saints game at 12 noon on Sunday. So a lot happening at Scoreboards. The holiday spirit is still here. Great bartenders, the drinks. Stop by, get out of that weather and get on into Scoreboards.
And you might get to see the star of the show, Marty.
Yeah, the Marty Party. Marty Party special. But,
we heard from Sean Payton and Drew Brees afterwards. Now we're about to show you why they were happy.
Well, we got some highlights of the game that we want to show you. It was Cam
Tough
Jordan
game.
opened his mouth a little bit during the week and was not. He was a little critical of Ben Roethlisberger. And I'm watching Roethlisberger pick the Saints apart. And I'm thinking, perhaps Cam Jordan should have just waited until after the year. Ben Roethlisberger, he can play for me any day.
Do you remember? You don't remember, but Nick Saban was coaching LSU, and he was a quarterback at Miami of Ohio. And before the game, I asked him, I said, what do you think? He goes, that big fella right there, he's going to be a long-time NFL player, long time.
Yeah, he's a big guy. And then, of course, in the locker room after the Saints, they're celebrating, and rightfully so. The number 1 seed in the NFC. Yeah. They've clinched that. Doesn't matter what happens by anybody else, whatever.
I want to dance.
And this chopper thing has taken off. Like I said, my grandsons are doing the chopper through the living room on Christmas Day. It's taken off. And that's going to be on the tail end of this highlight package. So don't go anywhere. Watch the highlight package.
And then we're going to do it here.
Then Joey will do the chopper when we get back at Scoreboards.
Yeah, guaranteed.
Stay with us.
Guaranteed.
They
up the one. They lock up the home field for the NFC throughout. Here's Bree. That's actually Hill. That's Hill throwing it deep, and it's intercepted. Taysom Hill comes in and throws it right into the arms of Davis, who's going to run it out. That's Hill with a hurt from 49 yards. And the kick by Boswell is good.
Home, you got to get points. Keep this crowd in it. Keep them rocking.
2nd and 6. Across the middle, wide open. Another big gain for Thomas.
Called it from right underneath the goalpost. He was right there, but I don't see much there.
Ingram, left side, and across for the touchdown. The time, wide open. It's McDonald. Oh, and he can deliver a stiff arm with the best of them. He didn't do it this time. Good from 49. This from 30. And the kick.
Pick up the pressure.
Here's the pressure coming. And Breeze pass on the money. Thomas. Kamara. Breaking free. Touchdown. Two. Pull down. Roethlisberger swings it over, wide open. Samuels with the touchdown.
Nope, then I got to go somewhere else.
Quick pass caught, and they're able.
Or you're going to get up and clock it, but you got to get in field goal range if you're going to clock it.
It's Kamara. They'll get out. Tiptoeing it. 43. Oh, and the Steelers came barreling across, but Lutz was able to knock it through. There is a flag.
Got to get off to a good start here in the second half. Just like the first half.
Over to Kamara. And look at him again. Slip right past the tackler and race down the sideline.
Well, a screen here, a swing pass maybe to Kamara.
He's already worked on this drive once. Chased by Burnett. And Thomas able to keep his footing for the first down. Halfway.
You don't run the play for it. You just
Kamara
hand it.
up top and in for the touchdown. It's a 2nd and 3. They fake the Switzer. And now Roethlisberger plants the feet and fires. And again, Smith-Schuster.
Remembered here forever, and his family will always be remembered.
Here's the pass to Antonio Brown. Racing into the secondary, trying to cut it away from P.J. Williams, who was able to trip him after 17. Roethlisberger in zone and caught by Brown for the touchdown.
But watch, Latimer's on him and then lets him go. It was fantastic.
1st and 10. Directing and firing and completing to Antonio Brown all the way down to the New Orleans 40.
Hard not to make a mistake at some point if you do that the whole football game. We'll see how that plays out.
1st down, lobs it. Smith-Schuster. Switzer up there throwing a block, and they're back inside the red zone. Pass to the end zone. Pulled down, touchdown, Antonio Brown for the 2nd time today.
To come out with this play.
Everyone in tight. It's Ridley. Nowhere. Saints think the football came out.
Well, they didn't blow the whistle. This is going to be real interesting.
Okafor has the football.
You didn't hear a whistle either, did you?
I did not.
Oh, I think that ball did come out. You can see him look back as soon as he goes down. That if they lose this football game, that's what you're going to look back to right there.
Pass. Again. Feet were down, they say. One. Tap it to.
Sees the safeties on him. He knows it's man-to-man.
Here's a 1st down pass to an open target. He's also, as we told you, made 5 straight from 50 plus. This is 50 on the nose. The kick is blocked. L.J. Fort.
New Orleans needs a stop. Pittsburgh needs a big play.
The last play went for 5. They're blitzing, and they get to Roethlisberger, who holds on to the football. The week between divisionals and the NFC Championship game. Oh, they run the fake. The fake is short with Nix. The Saints stop him. What a call.
Got a corner on him.
Pass broken up. And there's a flag down. Couple of flags.
Interference.
Defense. Number 23. The ball reflected the follow the foul, automatic first down.
You cut the tension in here. You feel this. They're not pressuring him. Breeze knows it.
There's the throw. Wide open. It's Ginn down to the 8. Take about 40 off the clock. Here's a 2nd and goal. Breeze looking to throw. Now unloads it. Was he in? Did he cross the plane? No. And he's in the field to play.
Exactly right. Drew Brees was getting ready to throw it. Thomas couldn't get his eyes around for the fade fast enough, and then he comes back on really.
Let's hear what Craig Rostad has to say.
4th and 15. Roethlisberger throws, caught. Saints say it was not caught. Officials say yes, it was. Brown with the grab.
He's in bounds.
Yes, he is. Here's the blitz. Middle of the field. Smith-Schuster has it. Ball comes out. Smith-Schuster coughed it up. Flags out.
They still haven't made a signal whether it's a fumble or not. It's a screen, and Smith-Schuster has it, and let's see if this ball, he's on top of the player.
Yeah, he is never on the ground. Boy, it's going to be tough for anyone to come in here and beat the New Orleans Saints come playoff time.
And if Pittsburgh misses the playoffs and they're on the
That's the greatest part of sport right there. That locker room stuff.
Celebrate with your teammates.
That is the greatest.
A goal accomplished, huh? Look at it. You're doing a chopper there.
Sean Payton got his swerve on.
Well, I mean, again, that is a goal. I mean, that goal, number 1 seed in the NFC. They already clinched the division.
All the hard work pays off.
Yeah,
and turn them loose.
A lot to go. Now, I got to comment on the NFL in general. You know, there was some questionable calls in the Saints-Steelers game, that interference on Hayden, whatever. But league-wide, all year, there's been far too many mistakes. Now, referees have a tough job. No way I could even think about doing it. They have a tough job. But the skill set of these athletes is amazing. I think the NFL needs to add more on-field officials.
Okay.
Basketball went from 2 referees to 3 a couple of decades ago, and at first that was met with opposition. Now, high school basketball has 3 referees. I think they got to get at least 2 more guys out there. I'm going to give you a minute to better see the field. Making a call, like basketball and football, it's about being in position to make the correct call. They can't get in position with these elite athletes. A couple of more guys out there, you got a better chance of being in position.
A couple more guys means what?
What?
More eyes.
Right.
Too many calls already. Too many calls. The game is going forever. It takes too long. No, more eyes means they're going to make more calls. They're going to have more of an impact on the game. Let the players play. That's why you have replay. You have replay.
Well, basketball, when they went to 3, that was two more eyes.
That's
Why
different.
is it different?
It is different. It's a much bigger field. They got enough officials out there.
Well, they need more.
Oh, no, they don't. No, don't listen to him. No. Too many eyes slows the game down too much. You want more
game is
baseball
getting
people.
slower every week.
You're a baseball guy. Slow. Let's be out here for 8 hours. No.
Let's take a break and come back. We're going to revisit some LSU basketball, talk about their upcoming game, which will actually take place prior to the Fiesta Bowl matchup with Central Florida. We're coming back after this break with a little hoop talk and a wrap here from Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard between Sherwood Forest and Airline. Connect on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and be here next Wednesday for another taping of Tigers Roar. And, of course, the watch party for the college football playoff semifinals Saturday, Saints game on noon Sunday. Everything's posted on social media and make that connection. We're back with a little LSU hoop talk right after this pause. Stay with us.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-383-8177, 800-383-8177.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, HardiePlank siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows is honored to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
We continue with Tigers Roar, lost in the holiday shuffle. Will Wade's basketball team picked up a win over ranked, unbeaten Furman from over in Greenville, South Carolina. We got a quick recap with highlights and the voice of the Tigers, Chris Blair, of the win over Furman.
The Paladins.
Back in, gets into the lane, jump hook, it's good from 7 feet out. Going to be stolen. Going in is Lions, layup missed. Skylar Mays has the rebound. Great defense in transition by Javonte Smart.
Down there. Bigby Williams is doing a really fine job around the rim.
Here's Skylar Mays down the heart of the lane. Noah Gurley. Skylar Mays behind the back dribble in transition. Layup left side is good. Key. Got double team. Now over to Tremont Waters. Deep three. Nothing but the bottom of the net from the left wing. Travell Bigby Williams. Here's Skylar Mays. Little ball fake. Now goes into the lane and off balance. Puts it up from 6 feet out and it rolls right through. They lead by 3. 8:55 to play. Skylar Mays 3 left of the arc. No good. Marlon Taylor left side. Emmett puts it on the floor. SEC logo battles it up off the glass. Rattled home good. Whistle and a foul. Up to Tremont Waters. Waters big alley-oop. Marlon Taylor out of nowhere. Right side. To the Cavell Bigby Williams who quickly finds Waters. Deep three right wing. Yes, count it. He's now on the dribble. Top of the key. Steps back. Open for 3. Nails it. Foul line. He'll give it off to Waters. Waters drives in. Gives it off underneath. Bigby Williams was 2-on-1. Waters goes in. And Skylar Mays on the alley-oop. Waters working against Hunter. No look pass underneath Reed. And Reed will slam it through. 50. Wraparound pass gets it in the corner to Taylor. He'll go in. And it's showtime with a dunk down the left baseline. Top of the key drive against Hunter. Put up a jumper from 6. No good, but Cavell Bigby Williams on the weak side. Taylor going to pick it up. He'll drive right down the lane. Shot comes off the glass. No good, but an offensive rebound by Darius Days. He goes to his left, puts up a 3. No good. Rebound underneath. So Darius Days. Taylor splits the defenders. Gets in with a wide open layup down the heart of the lane. 8 on the shot clock. Steps away from a defender. Creates an open 3. Bullseye from the left corner. 71-55. Performance from Saturday night. Here's a steal by Waters. Took it away from Hunter on the bounce. Pass goes in. Wide open. Finger.
They play this Friday night during the New Year's Eve long weekend. Louisiana Monroe.
39-22. Won the battle of the boards. Furman, small, LSU, tall.
They went to the rim there a bunch. And
lots of points in the paint.
Contesting there.
Right.
Well, Jordy, when we get here next week, next Wednesday night, July the 2nd, we'll know if the result of LSU Central Florida in the Fiesta Bowl. We'll know who the matchup is for the College Football National Championship. We'll know if LSU beat Louisiana Monroe in hoops, and we'll know something about the Saints, their possible opponent. We won't know the exact opponent.
We know our audience will still be here.
And they're going to be here.
They're always here. They're the best.
Everyone is invited to come on out.
They're the
best.
They
came through the rough weather. Come on out on a Wednesday. Check on social media. Lots of stuff happening here on the soundstage. And after the first of the year, a whole bunch of more things going to be happening here at Scoreboards. You need to get connected. Be in touch with it now. They got the express lunch Thursday, hamburger steak. Friday, crawfish etouffee. Happy hour from 4 to 7 in the bar. You've got the boiled snow crabs and boiled shrimp with the corn, sausage, and potatoes at night. The bread pudding, we both recommend the bread pudding.
Both recommend it, yes. Paul Johnson just got beat his last game, retired from Georgia Tech, and Minnesota just spanked him.
Minnesota had a bowl game canceled today due to the weather. Like, it's it. They're not going to play. It's going to
reimburse the ticket money?
All 600 people that were at the game?
It only lasted a quarter.
They played 6 or 7 minutes, huh? Hey, weather, you got to be safe and all that good stuff.
Not going to be a problem in Phoenix.
We appreciate the folks coming out in the rough weather here tonight at Scoreboards.
Thank you, Marty.
On Coursey Boulevard between Sherwood Forest and Airline. Open Tuesday through Sunday at 11 a.m. On behalf of everybody at Scoreboards, everybody at Pelican,
Happy New Year.
Jordy Helper, Tommy Christ said, Happy New Year. We'll talk to you next Wednesday.
but you can't keep it in your heart. 'Cause misery loves company. 'Cause misery loves company. Cold and hungry like a dog in the street. I get a raw deal every one. No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down.
Taste the feeling.